in a lot of my relationships, I never enforced any boundaries. So what I meant by that is there were certain things that I didn't like. And again, on this podcast, we're not fluff. So like, let's say, for example, um, she had a lot of guy friends and she was like always talking to them or something. I would hold my tongue because I never wanted to rock the boat. Even though deep down inside my core, it made me so unhappy that she was constantly talking to other males, like even though she was with me, but I never enforced that boundary. And you also got to understand when you don't enforce that boundary, it invites a lack of disrespect. Your partner starts also losing attraction for you too. Just so you know, like they start, especially for men, like it starts going down when you're not able to enforce or be assertive at certain times. And I know for me, that was one of my biggest hindrances in a lot of my relationships. A lot of stuff would bother me. Maybe she would talk to me rude. You know, she wasn't keeping promises. But I would always keep my mouth shut because I was told that's what I was supposed to do. I was never supposed to rock the boat. I was always supposed to keep things peaceful and calm. And we're not asking you to create chaos, but what we're asking is never compromise yourself for the well-being of someone else.
Absolutely. I so agree with that, Michael, because it does it. When you don't set those boundaries, you do open yourself up to disrespect because like you just said, right, you're with somebody and they're speaking to other men continuously. Now that becomes a disrespect towards you, but because
Mm-hmm.
you haven't set that boundary, you haven't said nothing, they don't see it no different as far as they're concerned. Oh, he's fine with it, he doesn't mind, he doesn't say anything. And I think we heard something earlier on where it was saying, where somebody was saying, it's a lot of people um, mistake that for kindness, and actually you can't put the two together because kindness is
No.
kindness and boundaries is boundaries. It doesn't mean because you're setting boundaries you're not kind. Setting
Yeah.
boundaries actually brings out an assertiveness of your personality to say, well, actually, I am not accepting that. And that's a self-love thing also. That's helping you to actually set yourself to say, well, I want to be in a happy relationship, not in a relationship that I don't know whether I'm coming or going or walking on eggshells, or, you don't know if somebody's going to, if you haven't said what you need to say and set it from the beginning, then anything can happen from that. And I think it's a kind of like that, the logic of getting into a car and putting the sat nav, this we call it sat nav here in the UK. I think maybe it's the same all over the
GPS.
world.
Yeah, you pretty much just have to set the GPS. So
Yeah, set the GPS to go to what you want. Otherwise, you're going to end up anywhere.